Hi, my name is Jim Darling. I'm the Emergency Medical Services Coordinator for the Alpharetta Department of Public Safety. I'm here today to talk to you about our Tactical Emergency Response Specialist course, otherwise known as TERS. This program was designed to train medical responders to rapidly respond to and effectively manage an active shooter incident. What the TERS course trains medical responders and law enforcement to do is work together to immediately respond into an active shooter scene, rapidly, and most importantly, safely, provide life-saving care, and then rapidly extract victims. A typical TERS response would work something similar to this. Once the location of the shooter has been identified and law enforcement has been responded to engage a shooter, an element consisting of 3 or 4 police officers and 4 TERS trained responders will enter the building or area, clearing rooms while attempting to locate victims. Once victims are found, medical personnel will triage patients, attempting to locate the most critically injured, provide life-saving interventions as needed, and then victims will be rapidly extracted out of the area to transport units. At that point, equipment can be replenished and the element can re-enter the building to retrieve any additional victims. TERS personnel only carry limited medical equipment and tools designed to treat the life-threatening emergencies they are likely to encounter. This enables them to move quickly and allows them the ability to extract multiple patients without having to leave equipment behind or to be hindered by heavy jump kits or drug bags. The Tactical Emergency Response Specialist course is a 54-hour course conducted over 3.5 days. It's physically and mentally challenging. Students must be able to effectively operate in every condition imaginable, from extreme heat to extreme cold, low-light environments to environments where a threat suddenly presents itself. While law enforcement has changed their response to an active shooter to a more aggressive, rapid approach, the vast majority of medical response agencies across the nation have still maintained the same response procedure. Usually what that entails would be a medical unit staging away from the scene, waiting for law enforcement to not only eliminate the threat, but then clear the building or the area where the shooting occurred. This can take time. And only then, after the law enforcement has cleared the area, do they allow the medical units in to render care. Studies have shown that an active shooter incident from the first gunshot to where it ends is less than 10 minutes. However, over the course of the past decade, looking at all responding times, from the time the first law enforcement officer enters the scene to eliminate the threat to the first time the medical units are allowed into the scene to start treating patients is well in excess of 20 minutes. To put this in a patient care perspective, an adult who has suffered a massive vessel injury secondary to a gunshot wound can die from blood loss in a matter of minutes. To these patients with these injuries, time is of the utmost importance. That's where the TERS program comes in.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Dennis Vallone with the Alpharetta Department of Public Safety. Today I'd like to talk to you about the history of active shooters and how police tactics have evolved since 1999. On April 20th, 1999, the world of law enforcement tactics changed forever. 2 teenagers, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, entered the Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, and began shooting. In all, 12 students and 1 teacher were killed. From the time the shooting started till the time SWAT entered the school, an hour and 50 minutes passed. Coach Dave Sanders, the only teacher that was killed, was shot twice in the chest at approximately 11:24 a.m. Sanders survived the initial gunshots but later died as a result of major blood loss. SWAT did not locate Sanders till 3 p.m. Quick response may have saved his life. Shortly after Columbine, police tactics changed dramatically. Officers all across the country were taught to not wait for SWAT, but to form up into small groups of 3 or 4 officers and seek out the active shooter. This new tactic has evolved over time, but the mindset to actively engage an active shooter has been credited with saving dozens of lives. Since 1999, we've had dozens of active shooters in this country. Most people think of middle schools and high schools when they hear the words active shooter. However, since 1999, we have seen active shooters in universities, warehouses, grocery stores, shopping malls, and even churches. In 2009, a lone gunman in a nursing home was stopped by a single police officer. In 2009, a group of police, fire, and EMS trainers from the Alpharetta Department of Public Safety implemented a program designed to safely escort rescue personnel into the scene of an active shooter so they can provide medical treatment and evacuation to those that need it. We have also trained our police officers to escort the rescue personnel only after the threat has been contained and it is safely to move our rescue personnel into the active shooter. This program is known as TERS.
I'm Officer David Vann. I'm the training coordinator for the Alpharetta Police Department. My role during the TERS program is not only the tactics for the medics and the officers, but also the physical training. Physical fitness is a very important and crucial aspect of the TERS program because medics and officers may be called upon to perform physically demanding tasks during rescue operations of victims. The focus of most of the physical training is on short bursts, short periods of intense energy, followed by short rest periods. The idea is to fatigue them not only physically, but to mentally fatigue them as well and push them to their mental limits so that in case of a drastic situation, they will know how they're going to perform under stress. The physical training for the TERS program occurs in the morning. The idea behind this is not really to fatigue the students, but to charge them up for the rest of the day and get them prepared mentally and physically for the demanding classes and exercises that they'll be performing throughout the day. To an outsider, the physical fitness that the TERS students are put through may seem overly intense and demanding. However, in a crisis situation where people's lives are on the line, these students need to know that they can push through both mental and physical stress and still perform their duties and save lives.
Let's go. Go ahead. High and low, check everywhere.
In closing, I want you to think about the area you live or work in. If there was an active shooter incident at your local mall, school, or church, would you or your medical responders be able to rapidly respond, effectively treat, and quickly remove patients in a timely manner? If the answer is no, then the Tactical Emergency Response Specialist course is for you. This program was not just designed for the city of Alpharetta. This program was designed for any municipality across the country that would like to train their medical personnel in responding to an active shooter. Our citizens expect us to respond quickly and provide immediate care. We owe it to them to train and to have a plan. We owe it to ourselves to do it safely. Thank you for your time. Please stay safe.